Hey guys, welcome back to my channel and it is Ray Walker. Today marks the 39th day of my recovery against cancer, and I know I haven't been uploading, but yeah, I was just not feeling well. And based off my first cycle of chemotherapy, during the chemo process itself, it's just really too painful to record. You probably watch me like dead on the bed, talking. So yeah, so that's why I decided not to record anymore during my chemotherapy session itself. Yeah, but so I kind of just finished my second cycle of chemotherapy. I was discharged on last Saturday, and today is already Thursday. So yeah, it's been almost a week, and so here are kind of the updates of what happened during my second cycle. But before I kind of get started, I just want to thank everyone for all the support I've been getting ever since my first chemo as well. Um, and also, thank you, Salto. I don't know if you're watching this, but yeah, you somehow always seem to be able to see me online, and I really appreciate the support too. Yeah, so thank you everyone. I really appreciate it. So yeah, back to my second cycle. So there are some, I would say, one good news. Um, well, some, maybe two. Yeah, two good news to share about my second cycle. So the first good news is that when I started my second cycle of chemotherapy, the doctor did a clinical examination and he mentioned that he feels that the size of my tumor has dropped a significant bit after the first cycle. But yeah, this is based off his clinical examination, most likely because my right chest, the size of my right chest has already dropped. But yeah, he can't confirm it until I'm done with three cycles, and I have to do a PET scan after that. So yeah, so it's another one more cycle, then I'll do a PET scan to basically confirm whether the tumor has already dropped. But yeah, I mean, any news like that is always good to hear, especially when you're going to start your second cycle. So I think that was a fairly good news, I would say. So yeah, the second good news is that um, well, um, every cycle of chemotherapy they do increase the dose. The dose of the medicine actually flows through your body, and despite the massive suffering I had during second cycle, my body somehow seems to be faring a lot better than expectation. Yeah, because they will increase the dose of the chemotherapy until your body can take it, and they will only know if your body can't take it basically post chemotherapy. So once you're done with the cycle and you come home and then you go for your checkup. So every checkup they actually do a blood test. It's a minimum of two checkups, and if there's an issue, then yeah, you have to do the third checkup before you start your next cycle of chemo. So I just did my checkup yesterday, which was a Wednesday, and yeah, the doctor said that I kind of passed the level 2 already. So the next round I will go, we'll actually start the level 3. So they will increase the dose higher from second cycle. Yeah, and every cycle when they increase the dose, you might experience some new side effects, or some side effects actually will get worse, or you might not have even, I mean, you might not have the same side effects as before as well. So it's really, really depending on the individual's body actually. So yeah, so but yeah, I mean, passing it the second cycle was and having that kind of good news also was kind of good because second cycle was really hell to begin with. So one of the side effects that I had during the first cycle was bloating, and but I did not have any vomiting during the first cycle. But this second cycle, I was practically vomiting every day. Yeah, so it is quite bad. Every time I eat, my stomach will have this that same bloat feeling, but then towards night, then I will actually keep throwing up. So it happened like starting from the second back of chemo during the second cycle. So yeah, this side effect kind of I mean, the same bloating side effect also happened during the first cycle, during probably around the second bag, if I remember correctly. So this round is the same second bag, and I had the side effect again, bloating, and I just started vomiting. So yeah, the vomiting was new, but the bloating was somewhat the same as before. Um, Other than that, nothing too much during the second cycle except the vomiting. So I was basically sleeping a lot more compared to my first cycle. Also mainly because the pod doesn't really hurt anymore, my chemo pod. So with the first cycle, my chemo pod was just installed, and then I had to suffer chemo, and I had to suffer through the chemo pod pain. So yeah, it was just a double thing. So yeah, so this round I didn't have to suffer the chemo pod. I was sleeping a lot better. I mean, my quality of sleep was a lot better, but it's just that I was sleeping a lot longer. I was awake probably around less than 5 hours per day. Yeah, because I would just wake up, I would just have my meal, and then I'll sleep right back, because if not, the bloating would just get too serious, and I'll just start throwing up every time. So the only way to just kind of um, ease the pain is just to just keep sleeping non-stop. So that's what I did. Yeah. So but I still vomit. So it was kind of the same thing. But yeah, I mean it's just I'm not too sure if I continue to stay awake. I'll keep vomiting throughout the day. I'm not too sure. But yeah, I just kept sleeping a lot more during second cycle. Um, Also, yeah, I think that's about the side effects. Oh, I had another side effect, which was cold. So during the first cycle, I didn't really experience cold. I mean, the hospital room has aircon, but I just did not on aircon during the whole first cycle. But the second cycle was the same thing, but I just felt chills to kind of all over my body. It's the same kind of chills that you get when you actually have fever, but I had no fever. It was just chills without fever. Yeah, so that was kind of the side effect that I had, which I did not have during my first cycle itself. Yeah, so that was yeah, the three main side effects I had. So bloating, vomiting, and also the chills. Yeah, so yeah, post chemo, and once I'm back home, I started to develop kind of new side effects again. Yeah, so my fingers has lost their sense of touch already at this point. It's like if I would just rub my fingers like that, I actually don't really feel the skin anymore, because all I feel is just numbness. Yeah, so at the tip of the finger is just pure numb, and it's all over all 10 fingers basically. So yeah, that was something new which I didn't have, and I only had it once I started to come back. According to the doctor, it's just something from a side effect of chemo. So that was new. Some of the side effects that actually still remain, hair loss. I mean, I already have like little hair, so as you can see, I'm almost like bald completely. I mean, there's kind of small strands of hair, but yeah. So hair loss is still kind of a thing, nothing new. And the mouth sore. So yeah, the mouth sore from my first cycle is kind of back. But instead of just eating ice cream this round, I took it a step further, because the mouth sore was a lot worse than before. So it kind of, I think the intensity of it was like probably double or triple, even up to now. So some of the things I did was to gargle cold water, ice cold water, before I sleep, once I'm awake, and before I eat any meal, so that the pain just kind of reduced. Yeah, instead of just keep eating ice cream every time. So yeah, that's what I did. Gargle cold water. Yeah, so mouth sore, finger numb. I had chills also when I came back, but now that it's Thursday already, I stopped having it probably around yesterday or Tuesday. So yeah, that's kind of a good thing. Um, what else is new? Yeah, my body ache. So during my first cycle, when I came back, I had trouble walking, because muscles were just cramped, basically because I was tied down to the bed like 100 hours. So yeah, I just had trouble walking properly. So that same body ache is also here now. It's just that with a greater intensity. It's just used to be at my legs during the first cycle, but right now it's up to my lower back already. Yeah, so maybe because I was just sleeping way too much during second cycle. So yeah, it's probably that. I'm not too sure, but hopefully it wears off soon. Yeah. Yeah. So that's kind of the updates of second cycle. What side effects I had during and post. Of course, now there's still one more week. Yeah, around one more week before I'm expected to go back in for my third cycle. Hopefully nothing new pops up. And yeah, yeah. So if you kind of like what you see, and consider liking and subscribe. So I will see you guys in the next video to come. Bye.